truth, yeah, ruthless truth. Get down, it could go bad for you. Hit like, comment, subscribe, you know what to do. Be cool. City lights shining so bright. Fine dining nights feels right. Flights to places far from sight. Get right. Ruthless truth, yeah, ruthless truth. Get down, it could go bad for you. In the city where we move, stay cool. Underneath the neon glow, life is fast but take it slow. Every moment like a show. Let's go. Dancing through the night, we got energy flows we can't hide. Feel alive, we outside. Moments fleeting but we shine. In this rhythm we align. Time flies. Moments fleeting but we shine. In this rhythm we align. Time flies. Ruthless fleeting but we shine. In this rhythm we align. Time flies. Ruthless truth, yeah, ruthless truth. Get down, it could bad for you. In the city where we move, stay cool. Stay cool.
Hey, nobody bigger than the program.
Yo, back at it again. Another controversial topic. Is America a safe place to have a family? No. This is actually probably the worst country to have a family in. And it's crazy because even though this is the most resourceful country to raise a family, but the ideologies of all the stuff that comes on to the television, video games, the stuff that America promotes is totally anti-family. The gender roles, all these things are anti-family, cohesiveness. They cater to the women. They value the woman more than the man. They value the kids more than they do the family. So this is the worst place, in my opinion, to raise a family or to even start a family. I mean, we got to do it, but still, I just don't think, I believe everywhere is bad, but this is the worst, I think. Because, the way the society is, what they double talk, this is a double talking society, right? Women, don't do this, don't do that, but then they show movies about it. They sell rap, right? I'm just saying, right? It's very hypocritical. And it really has everything to do with our government, and us as people. I can't blame everything on the government. Now we got to be responsible, right? We got to be responsible for, things we do. As I ain't gonna blame the government for, everything we've done, but hey, but it doesn't help when you're allowing entrepreneurs, you're allowing the roots of money to lead our society. It just doesn't. It does not benefit the family.
Actually respect marriages.
What do you mean by that?
Women don't really respect marriages.
You're saying outside of the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while since we brought up good old Cardi B on the platform. The last time, I believe, was back in 2024, specifically when she was being tied into Kamala Harris running for office and endorsed her. And she ran with this "My Body, My Choice" slogan as a part of the endorsement. And I brought it up in content at the time because I find it oh so odd for someone who brings up "My Body, My Choice." Meanwhile, You were on camera and readily admitting a couple of years back that you drugged men and then robbed them. Wasn't their body or their choice for you to do that to them. Nevertheless, Cardi B is having a interesting, for lack of a better term, 2025. She's been out here a lot. She announced breakup with her husband, rapper Offset. And then I think as of like a week or two ago, she announced that she's pregnant with a new baby daddy, a football player by the name of Stephon Diggs, who, you know, we'll get into a little bit of him a little bit later within the video. But also, she's released a studio album, first in a number of years. So she's been out here advertising, and she was been doing public appearance after public appearance. Specifically, the podcast that we're going to talk about today comes from the Call Her Daddy podcast, which is one of these feminist type podcasts. We've gone over their content before. Nevertheless, she said something very interesting, which enabled an additional conversation on other platforms that we need to dissect. So let's get after it. Without further ado,
You could do that, but if you're not ready to leave, you're just not ready to leave, especially when you don't talk to other guys, or you don't really be outside like that, or you're not out there like that. And for some reason, this is so weird. Men actually respect marriages.
What do you mean by that?
Women don't really respect marriages.
You're saying outside of the marriage.
Mhm.
Like a man wouldn't come to you
Yes.
because he's like, oh, you've got your thing.
Yes, like, cause like when I used to meet guys, any type of famous guys and stuff like that, they'll be like, how you doing? How you doing, Cardi B? Like this and that. My DMs were extremely dry. Nobody would approach me. But these women, they will throw themselves at a married man like it's nothing. It's like, oh well, whatever. And it's not because it was me, like, because I don't, you know, I'm Cardi B at the end of the day. When I announced that I was single, oh boy,
Oh my
like
God. Your DMs.
the DMs, the every type of way they was trying to reach. But when they know that you're like in a marriage and like you have a family,
stay
they
away.
won't approach you.
Yeah.
They won't. So it was just like my world was there.
It's such a good.
So the base statement there being that a man would respect a marriage more than a woman will respect a marriage. And I never thought that I would say this, but I absolutely agree with Cardi B. And shit, I've seen it play out in real life. But I'll quickly describe it like this. It's a couple of major factors as to why that happens. First off, for her situation, it is an outlier because of the status, the money, the fame. A man doesn't care about any of that shit and refer to her. But guess what? A single woman would absolutely care about the lifestyle or the status that an Offset could potentially give her. It's the groupie effect. Cannot be avoided at that level. And in fact, we've seen Ayesha Curry's ass complaining about it just a couple of weeks ago. I also think that women are more likely to accept a man with these type of accolades as pre-made family more than a man would select a woman pre-made family, again, specific to because she has accolades. But let's take it out of her layer of famous and let's bring it down to the average modern man and the average modern woman. One of the biggest problems for modern women today in the dating game is identifying men that are ready for a relationship, right? That are more likely or willing to take them seriously for the long term. So they find that attractive if they spot a man that has already committed to somebody because it denotes that he has the aptitude to commit. So for some of them, they're willing to step beyond the confines of marriage in order to shoot her shot to see if that guy would commit to her. So while many honest women think that a ring on a married man's hand is a deterrent from a modern woman, it's actually a way that they become attracted. Some of them.
Cardi B mentioned in one of her interviews how men respect marriages, but women don't. And what she meant by that is when you're married, men typically will not approach you. Like, yeah, they might like think you're cute. They might think you're this and that, but they will not like even speak to you because they know that you're married. But women will still throw themselves at married men. And trust me, I have experienced it myself. I can testify that that shit is 100% true. Yo, when I was married, like, I want to say the
Just real quick, I'm here to proclaim to you today, I think married men get more looks out here in the streets than just straight up single men or boyfriends. But
And that's a fact. That's a whole fact. Why do married men get more looks? Why? Why do women like them so much? Why do they want them more? Because they want to destroy them. They want to destroy what they have. Simple. They want to destroy. They want what is more desirable to destroy something than to, build your own. Oh, he's ready-made product. I want to take that, make him mine, and then she's gonna leave him too.
meanwhile, on the flip side of the curve, if I find out that a chick is married, get away from me. You made your choice. Scram. I don't even want to have a conversation with you. All right.
most that people would do is maybe swipe up and heart a photo or something like that. But they were not in my DMs like that. It wasn't until I officially confirmed that I was single, everybody came swarming in. It was almost like they were just waiting for the day. But when I was married, these bitches did not give a fuck. They did not care. Constantly threw themselves at my partner. Constantly, once, how it goes with women is, if they see how a man is treating you, they're like, oh, I want that. I'm going to have that.
They want what
because
you
she
want.
can have that.
What
I
you
can
got.
have it too. But 9 times out of 10, how a man is treating you, he's not going to treat. Sorry, how a man is treating his wife, he's not going to treat
mistress.
you like that because you're not his wife. Even if you get somewhere with him, he's most likely going to and be out, right? But regardless, all that is wrong. That's why I say it's important to find a God-fearing man, because somebody who truly fears God is not going to move any kind of way with you. And even if women are throwing themselves at them, they can have enough discipline to turn it down. But these other men, good luck.
Well, the body be weak, baby. I understand what it is that you're saying. And I'm not saying that men should give in to the weakness that we receive, especially if she's throwing them hindquarters your way. But I also say is that, you don't want to put yourself in situations or scenarios where you might be tempted. You must keep structure and you might keep boundaries. So don't even put yourself in a situation or a room where you can even be tempted to do something wrong.
I heard a doctor say that whenever he started wearing a wedding ring after he got married, more women started hitting on him. And that's the truth. There are women that are very trashy and they have a thing particularly for married men. The challenge and the chase of someone else's man excites them. And that is exactly why you want to date or marry a man who has good boundaries with other women.
True. Exactly what I
You
just
don't
said.
want to date the guy. You don't want to marry the guy that's like, I could have a work wife. I have a best female friend. Men that don't have boundaries with other women.
Well, it's actually the same reason why I talk to the young G's about, be very cautious if she has a friend, right? Like if she's got a friend from before high school, I'm less likely to assume some bullshit, all right? But if the friend is during high school and then after high school, and she still has them in the orbit somewhere, I think be very cautious at what that might mean.
So it was just like my world was there.
It's such a good point too, Cardi, because I think a lot about what you just said of your body rejecting it. And I think we need to have more grace for ourselves as women, because I agree with you. There is just this weird, no, you're fine. There is just this weird double standard thing that's it feels like men are always available. And so when you are a woman, you can feel really, really isolated.
Yeah.
And now here we are, and look at the goddamn jersey that you're wearing. Okay.
It's crazy listening to morons talk like this, right? Who gives a shit if you feel isolated?
What's up, Mella?
in a marriage. You're supposed to be right. Like, think about the mental conscription of today's society when there is sympathy tokens being given for women because they used to get like all of this attention and then all of this man, and then all of a sudden now you're in a marriage and there's a double standard because, oh, look at now you just feel so isolated. Shut up. Anyway, I wanted to get into more TikTok reactions, try to break this down just a little bit more. Matter of fact, let's see if there's anything else of value that they talk about.
Okay. So you're in a relationship.
Mhm.
How did you meet this man? Did he slide in your DMs?
It wasn't a DM thing. I could feel the vibe that he liked me, but he never like approached me. But I always heard like he was into me, but he never approached me. He was very respectful and stuff like that.
Okay, so what did you do?
So
Notice how she's playing with her hair now.
it was just this one time that I was like,
Body language.
you have to move on. Like, you have to move on. And it's like, no matter how much times you go to the club and think that this is going to
It won't
distract you,
heal.
you know what you have to do to move on. In order to move on, you have to
Get
be,
more dick.
you know, like getting attention from somebody.
Look at it.
If you're so used to getting attention from one person, you have to like get attention from somebody, because at the end of the day, you could party, you could club, you could work, you could job, you could get your hair done.
Raise your children.
At the end of the day, you kind of want somebody to talk to. You need somebody to talk to. So I asked somebody, like, it's like, hey, it feels illegal. and we just talked.
Someone
We got to
connected
know
them.
each other. We was getting to know each other for like a little bit.
Okay.
Not too much. We wasn't doing too much though.
Okay.
Not too much.
You were keeping it like just like slow.
Slow.
And how did you feel in the beginning? Were you nervous to talk to like a new
Yes.
person?
Yes. You could tell I was very nervous.
And what was it about him that made you slowly keep coming back?
Because sometimes that we would talk and then sometimes we go like weeks or like a month without talking. And for some reason, like it's almost like he always
What?
hit me up like at the right time. He almost hit me up like at the times that I feel uneasy. And I'd be like, I don't know if I should deal with this person, because I know this person, he's a little hot. But I'm gonna talk. And then we had really good conversations, and it got to the point that it was like, damn, we talked for hours and 6 hours and 7 hours. And it's like, there was days that it's like, oh, even when we wasn't talking, I was like, I need to talk to this person because I'm talking to this person every day. So
That is the fucking best. So when you get to that,
listen, shout out to all the dating coaches out there. He didn't crowd her. He went weeks to months without speaking with her, created scarcity within her mind, gave her space, and hit her up at key moments or key times where she was crying herself to sleep at night and she felt lonely and needed a rebound. By the way, there's a lot of odd news and information that's come up regarding the guy. I ain't gonna go into it like that because I'm not a gossip channel, but there's a woman that came up out of nowhere that says that he's the pappy, and then there's this other dude that says that he's gay. A whole bunch of bullshit we're not gonna get into. Nevertheless, let's go back into the TikTok.
I'm listening to a Cardi B interview, and in that interview, she said in her experience, men respect marriages more than women.
Okay.
The reason that like pisses me off is because it's not the marriage that they're respecting, it's the man's ownership of you as you being his wife. That's what gets them the respect. They're respecting the other man. They're not respecting you. They're not respecting the marriage between you. They're respecting the man's ownership of you.
Damn, it's getting so damn easy to spot these man-hating feminists. Look at, is she actually clenching her fist like she wants to punch somebody? Oh, ma'am, you need a therapist, because this is an absolutely psychotic take. She's saying ownership as if to belittle what is a union of two people, when in reality, it has nothing to do with a man respecting another man's ownership, as she puts it, and more so to do with that there's little to no benefit at all. And
this is why America is the worst place, because, you know, America gives a lot of presumption of options, right? Kids, women, they just feel like have so many options. You know, they I can always do better. You know, Cardi, you know, she wants to be dedicated to Offset, but, you know, she's attracted to this one guy, but they barely talk, but she feel like she because in her mind, she knows that she's a married woman with kids, and she really needs to work it out. She really needs to work it out with her husband. But on the other half, she wants to explore, right? She wants to, you know, match his energy by going out. He's with these women. I'm going to be with this man. And she's willing to give up her or take a hit on her image to fulfill her desire. Her desire for, you know, she got a husband she can talk to. She can talk to him, but because when she got with Offset, she knew what he was, right? Even before she married him, she knew that he was highly desired by the ladies, dealt with a lot of women, and she still said, "Okay, I'm gonna fuck with him." Then now, you know, after time he being the person she met, and she's feeling like he's not listening to her or following her what she wants, her desire for him to be a monogamous man, then she's I'm gonna look elsewhere. And then she, you know, see, women think that because they get with you, that all your life's supposed to come to a halt for them. They think that life is them. They want you to make them your life. They want to drain all your energy. And this is why it's just so hard to stay in a relationship or a marriage. This is why the women are leaving, because they want you to consume them in the way they want to be consumed, not in the way you want to consume them, in the way they want to be consumed. And it's really the truth of the matter. And Offset would not consume Cardi B the way she wanted to be consumed. She thought giving the kids, giving him her energy will stop him from being the man that she met, which is delusional, right? And also, you know, he probably tried it, but damn, there's so many bad bitches. I mean, it's just difficult, man, especially when you have all the fame, and it's just difficult, man. Well, good night. See y'all tomorrow. I'll probably do one more stream tomorrow, and then I'm going to start going on Rumble.